abdominal strain. The Lakers insider Dave McMenamin will be here in just a minute to give us the latest on that. The last time we saw the Lakers, embarrassing loss to Minnesota. Anthony Davis went off after the game, wasn't pleased with his teammates, said there was no effort. Davis literally putting his money where his mouth is. If nobody's going to get open, I'm just going to throw it to myself. If nobody wants to be there, I'll be there for myself. Davis at 27 in the first half, 12 for 16 from the floor. Lakers had the lead at the break by 5. Spurs are a 4-8 team. I heard Steve Kerr, of course, is so close with Greg Popovich say Pop knows they're not winning another title in San Antonio before his days are done. It's just about trying to get back to a level to see who the successor will be. DeJounte Murray. Now, he had himself an incredible game. Thaddeus Young's going to cut it to 5, and you're thinking to yourself, all right, is this going to happen again? Lakers playing down to the level of their competition. McDermott from downtown. Murray got the triple-double, though, 22, 10, and 10. It's a one-possession game. And then the kid they used to call THT when he was in Ames, THT in LA. He finished with 17, Talen Horton-Tucker. And Carmelo's had quite a resurgence with the Lakers, particularly from downtown. His numbers from 3 have been great. Davis had 34 and 15. Carmelo gave him a spark, and the Lakers win it. Against the Spurs, if you take a look at the shot chart for Anthony Davis, pretty darn efficient, and most of his points came from inside the paint, where he dominated. There to see the game in person was our Lakers insider Dave McMenamin. He made the arduous jog across the street to join us live on SportsCenter today. All right, so Dave, we mentioned they had that pathetic third quarter Friday night. They gave up 40 points to the Wolves, lost. Davis wasn't happy. Today they flipped the script. What were the adjustments that were made to help them win?
Well, Zubin, first of all, they took care of business in the third quarter. In today's game, this is really the first time they were able to put a stamp on that quarter when they had been outscored by more points in the third quarter than any team had been outscored by any quarter throughout the NBA season so far. But you start with Anthony Davis. He started at the big man position. There was no DeAndre Jordan. He didn't play a lick. Kent Bazemore got a DNP for the first time all season long. Anthony Davis was the tone setter, but beyond him, there was Carmelo Anthony making his first start of the season, and there you see him on the screen, Talen Horton-Tucker. Anthony Davis said it was an unreal debut by Tucker, who suffered a broken thumb, a torn ligament in his thumb during the preseason in his shooting hands. He was able to come back there with the brace on and still affect the game on both ends of the court. Yeah, very quietly, I know LeBron has said how happy he is with that particular addition. He's playing quite well. And we should mention, by the way, that the Lakers have now won 4 games without LeBron James in the lineup. Half of them have come.
Here are our game stats. The one that counts, points, 114 to 106. Lakers win. They shoot 52%, a scorching 15 of 31 from 3. They out-rebound the Spurs. They get 28 assists, 42 to 38 points in the paint, along with 19 fast break points. A great offensive game for the Lakers. Also, Westbrook made 3 of 5 from 3, finishing with 14 points. He's speaking with Mike in the media.
Wayne's back's had a couple of good games. You have Talen had a nice debut, and Frank told us pregame that LeBron's looking good in his workouts. Do you see a runway coming up where you can start to build a momentum, because it's been so start and go for the team so far?
No. Just one day at a time. That's all I can tell you. We hope so, but we just take one day at a time. Slowly get guys back and get into a rhythm.
Russ, straight ahead. Did you see?
I see y'all. If just ask a question, I don't gotta look at y'all. Okay. Just so we clear. Okay. Sometimes I'll be watching TV or something. All right. But I hear y'all though.
Okay. All right. Did you see a more determined Anthony Davis tonight?
I thought he was aggressive. Thought he did a good job of using his size, using his ability to be able to attack the basket, and be aggressive. And we need him, to do that. From start to finish, he did a good job of that. Even when they doubled him, he did a good job of making the right decisions, making the right plays in the second half, and being able to take on a double team and make plays on the backside.
Russ, just as sort of a follow-up to what Dave was asking just then, are you getting a better feel for where the three-point shooters are going to be in this offense? Malik, Wayne, some of those guys?
A little bit still trying to figure out, make sure that they're most comfortable and find ways to better get them the ball when they need it, especially in shot-ready positions, and still trying to figure that out.
Russ,
We'll call on you when we're ready for you. Thank you.
He said, "Yeah, my turn."
Bill?
Russ, you guys, they got it within 2 with like 2.5 minutes left, and you guys answered really aggressively with Taylor getting downhill, and then I think Melo hit a 3. What happened after they cut it within 2? Anything in that timeout? And then what did you make of the way you guys came together to close that out?
We knew they made a run. Now we just take a deep breath and figure out how to execute our offense, finding ways to close the game out, which most close games out, we've been pretty good this year of closing games out and finding ways to be able to close them out. And we did a good job of getting stops on demand, which is more important. We scored the ball, yes, but we also got stops on demand. You need to do that, especially.
5 threes for you. When did you realize it was going to be that kind of a day?
I felt good all morning. And just wanted to get in the game, get into a flow. I seen my first one go in pretty clean. So after that, I knew it was going to be a good day.
30 minutes as well. How's the stamina? Obviously, you missed the first part of the season, but looking good now.
I feel good. I think this is my 5th game back, 5th or 6th. So I'm starting to get into a groove. Wind is no longer an issue for me, so I'm feeling good out there on the floor. Today I felt really good.
Talon Horton-Tucker, first game of the season, he really had an impact today, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I was telling him, man, it's good to see him out there, man. We're happy to have him back. Just being able to have another playmaker, a guy that's dynamic like him, can get to the basket, can make plays, can see the floor, can make threes. He's a huge threat for us, and obviously, as you've seen out there on the floor, he just made the game easier for all of us.
AD had some big numbers today, 34 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 19 points in that first quarter. Seemed like he was driven to get you guys an early lead.
Yeah, well, we were all motivated, from our last game. So AD came out and, he led us. He led us from the beginning of the game to the end. And, that's what we need from him, man. He drove the car tonight, and, we were just riding as passengers.
Love that analogy. Halftime, you guys are up 5. Did you talk about what happened in the third quarter just a couple days ago against Minnesota?
Absolutely. That was a big topic for us at halftime. We spoke about it. We even said, maybe we need to get out there and get some 2-line layups, old school style. But everybody was locked in and focused on making sure we got loose and got out there and had a sense of urgency.
Love to have seen that old school layup lines. They've been awesome.
Russ with easy bucket.
Final score is 114-106. Anthony Davis with 34 points, 15 rebounds. Talon Horton-Tucker in his first game shoots 50% from the field, gives you 17 points, and Russ with 14, 11, and 7. Let's hear from Frank Vogel, who's speaking with the media.
Frank, wanted to get your thoughts on Talon in his first game since October 8th, I think, the third preseason game on both ends of the court.
Yeah, he was great. Felt confident in starting him because I know he's been doing a lot of work. It was a hand injury, so he stayed really active, with his running and staying in game shape. You never know what to expect, but he looked really good. Puts a lot of pressure on the rim, which just helps everything for us offensively. And obviously we've been using Bays and Avery to carry a big share of the load, defending on the perimeter, taking the other team's best player, and Talon was able to he's able to play both sides of the ball. That's our vision for him this year is to take that matchup on a lot of nights, and it's great to have him back on both sides.
And Frank, AD had 9 buckets in the paint in that first half. It seemed like the Spurs adjusted quite a bit. How did you think that he played out of that in the second half?
Yeah, well, that's what we talked about. Playing first, just resetting our focus to get him the ball in the post. We're trying to be a movement offense this year, and